Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. And of course, we've got another great show. Some of the things we're going to be talking about today is the St. James Art Festival. We also got an opportunity to catch up with LG&E, and I bet you didn't know that this is National Energy Awareness Month. Also talking about a piece we did with MSD, getting out with one of their crews to see actually what they do in the community. And you did a piece with Bernard Menace.
Yes. Benefit Gala for the Emma L. Menace School.
All right. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
And on location, by the auction that sold a generation. A bunch of lies and stereotypes, deception designed by the white to blast in your stereo, right? Check it, light or dark, you lose. Women and men abused, African or American, you choose. Cause when fact remains the same, that we're black and we're more than their last names. Don't believe the lie, unify.
Our approach to youth violence prevention, historical. Join the conversation and find out what Louisville Youth Voices Against Violence is doing. Visit pridepeaceprevention.org.
Well, you know, the St. James Art Festival comes into town every year about this time.
Yes.
Got an opportunity to go out and meet some fantastic artists, so take a look at this piece. Well, you can tell that it's early fall because we're here at the annual St. James Art Festival, and I ran up on this unique artist. His name is Aaron Reed, and he is from Conyers, Georgia, and welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for being on our show. So tell us a little bit about your art style, the medium you work in, and how you got started.
First of all, I work in color pencils and acrylics, and everything that I do is all about capturing the moment of music, love, and motion. And everything that you see here, I brought to Kentucky so that way the patrons can enjoy and have for a lifetime.
All right. Well, let's look at a couple of pieces that you have here and tell us a little bit about what inspired you. How about this first piece right here?
This right here is called The Road to My Heart. It's pretty much in general. It's about, you know, we have our own destiny. It's deciding on what path we take, on where our journey is going to lead us.
And the next one here is a guy playing piano. I like this because it has a jazz influence.
Yeah, jazz influence. Jazz is one of my loves. It's all about thoughts and the movement. And Piano Man is a classic in my collection. Definitely visit artbyaaronreed.com. You can see some of these pieces, and this one's almost sold out too as well.
All right, great. You know, when you look at yourself as being an artist, how difficult is it to, you know, really to make your mark in the art field?
The main thing is believing in yourself and go for it. That's pretty much it. It sounds like it's easy, but it's not.
It's not.
It's a lot of work, a lot of hours in the studio, and most importantly, create, and then at some point someone's going to recognize that you're doing great.
So it takes a lot of passion. How long does it take you to create a piece like this that we're looking
Don't
at?
keep up with the time. When you're doing something you love, you just create it until it's finished.
I don't know what it is, but we're still here at the art festival. It seems like every other artist that I run into has some connection to Georgia. And this is Marcus Ryan from Marietta, Georgia. Welcome to Urban Lifestyles. And I see that you are a mixed media artist. So tell us what that means and what some of the things that you brought today.
I mix two mediums, which is photography and acrylic paint. So I take the photograph, and not this one, let's go over here, this one over here.
Okay.
And I take the photograph and I print it directly on the canvas, and I go back and add paint to it. So the texture you see on here is paint that's been added to it, which give it that color and texture, makes it stand out, kind of makes it come alive. It makes you feel like you can stuck your finger in that wine and make it move.
So, you know, when you're coming up on subjects, when you're coming up on images that you're going to present in terms of for resale, you know, what inspires you, what directs you to one piece over the other? Seems like the collection we're seeing so far is kind of liquor related. Now, I'm not saying that you might have a, you know, but I'm just asking.
I don't go to meetings or anything like that. But I choose the subject matter, wine, bourbon, scotches, cigars, to show interaction and relationships. People don't really talk face to face anymore. They talk via text and email and whatnot. But when you open a bottle of wine, bourbon, scotch, cigar, you sit, you talk, you converse, you interact, you kind of build that connection, build that interaction. So it's all about communication. It's all about those connections you make with people.
So in terms of your pieces that you have here, what's the initial area in terms of getting into one of your pieces? What's your price point starts at?
Between $250 and $1,800.
Okay. And how's the reception been so far at the St. James Art Festival?
It's been great. It's been really good. I specialize in a lot of bourbons and whatnot. So like this piece here, Louisville is bourbon capital of the world for the most part. So that's kind of what draws people in is this piece here. It's called My Homies. So when I look at this piece, I'm like, okay, well, who am I going to hang out with today? That's kind of how I look at it.
Right. So instead of having real people, it's your bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to wonder more and more. You said there's nothing here, but
There's nothing.
I'm just saying.
It's all good.
Of course, we're still at the St. James Art Fest, and you run across all kind of people, all types of artists. I'm here with a jewelry artist, and this is Herb Brown from Tampa, Florida. Welcome to Urban Lifestyles.
Well, thank you very much. It's great being here. I'm having a great time at this show. A lot of people are appreciating my work. All of my work is sculptured designs, as you can see.
Okay.
And I studied at the University of Michigan, and I did large sculpture. And my jewelry is a miniature form of sculpture.
Okay. So when did you decide to take it from the large sculpture into jewelry?
Well, it started when I started a family.
Okay.
My large sculpture wasn't selling,
Okay.
so then I had to downsize from large to small that I could make it a price that people could afford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the pieces we see here and what were some of the things that inspired you. So let's look at this piece here with the burgundy reddish color here. And
This is coral.
Coral, okay.
This is basically I like it represents fire.
okay.
So this is just a basic thing that I do to add with more of my sculptured stuff. Like,
You know, St. James Art Fest is always a lot of fun. Great artists come in town, all different type of mediums that they work in,
Yeah.
and it's just great to see the community come together.
It always makes me want to have that artistic ability to do something because it's so inspiring seeing all of that. But
Yeah.
I enjoy looking at it. So
Yeah, that's all we can do. Look and purchase. We'll take another break and back with more right after this.
Southern Indiana's #1 Toyota dealer. Hey folks, just take the bridge for savings. We're offering employee pricing for everyone who walks through the door. Remember, you pay what we pay. Come see me, Rodney Carter. We're closer than you think. Just take I-65, exit 4, Lewis and Clark Parkway, across from the Green Tree Mall, or visit us on the web at JeffWallerClarksvilleToyota.com.
Magic 101.3, Kentuckiana's #1 station for R&B. Magic 101.3. We're live, local, and Louisville. Magic 101.3, the home of Steve Harvey and Morning Show. We are Magic 101.
Do you know what LG&E and October have in common?
no, I don't.
Well, LG&E, they are actually recognizing National Energy Awareness Month during the month of October. So we got an opportunity to catch up with Liz Pratt. So take a look at this piece. We're here for another segment of Energy Matters with LG&E, and I'm here with my best friend in my entire life, Liz Pratt. Welcome back to Urban Lifestyles. And now this month is National Energy Awareness Month. So tell us exactly what that means.
Yeah, so this October is a perfect time to show viewers a little bit of the behind the scenes about some of our ongoing investments that we're making for our system and for our customers to ensure we continue providing safe, reliable service.
So when you're looking at providing these reliable services, these are projects that you've been working on for some length of time, I'm assuming.
We have employees working around the clock at our facilities, behind the scenes, out in the field, and so it's a combination of ongoing investments in new projects as well as maintenance, routine projects to continue that reliability.
Liz, as always, you bring someone with you from LG&E that's very knowledgeable. Not to say that you're not the most knowledgeable person on the planet, but who do you have with you today?
Today we have joining us is Steve Woodworth, Director of Distribution Operations and Emergency Preparedness.
So this new type of equipment, is this the new industry standard?
It really is. Back in 2009, the federal government did the Recovery Act that was investing significantly to improve the technologies that are out there on the grid. And over this 10-year period of time, there's been a lot of maturity of the technology, and more utilities now are starting to place these devices strategically within their system. Most utilities, investor-owned utilities, are not putting it across the entire system, but they're hitting the more heavily populated areas where these devices can be used.
Okay. So you said this is a 10-year process. So when's your expected completion date?
Well, no, it's actually a 6-year process.
Oh, a 6-year project.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 6-year project. We're starting this year. We got approval in July, and it'll end in 2022. So we will be putting about 1,400 of these devices across LG&E and Kentucky Utilities, and spending roughly $112 million doing it.
So what will be the first area, I guess, for the lack of better terms, will be a test area, the area that you'll start in? Let's say ground zero.
Ground zero will be a couple substations in Louisville and a couple more in Lexington. So we have picked a few then in the surrounding areas that we thought would be a great test case. And they're also good because they have all the necessary connections that allow us to do switching and rerouting of power once these devices go online. We're also implementing about $7 million worth of technology or systems back in the office to be able to communicate and do a lot of the work that we're talking about.
And as a consumer at home, we won't recognize any different until there's actually an outage or something in terms of the amount of time, and I guess I should say a short amount of time in terms of a response.
That's correct. I mean, for a lot of customers, they're not going to notice the difference. What this is going to do, though, is it's going to impact approximately 50% of our customers, but it's going to help the other 50% because we're going to be able to respond quicker. We're going to know where the faults are, which then will allow us to also respond to a lot of the other customers that may not have these devices on their circuits.
Well, that's great news, and of course we'll be watching for you. Be looking for the installations happening across the city. So Liz is going to come back and bring us to the close. So tell us some other things that are happening with LG&E that we should be looking out for.
Yeah, we always want to make sure that if customers do experience a power outage, that they go ahead and take advantage of the tools that we make available. One is our online outage map. This is a mobile-friendly technology where customers, if they do experience a power outage, they can look at information. They can look at local power outages in that area.
Okay.
They can receive and they can look at the estimated restoration time if it's known. So it provides a lot of really great information on that map in the event of a power outage. In addition, we also offer outage texting. So if customers enroll through their online account, they can simply report their outage by texting outage to 4LGEKU. And by texting status, they can then receive restoration updates.
So the smartphone just keeps getting smarter and smarter.
Absolutely. So these are tools at customers' fingertips where they can get very critical information in the event they experience a power outage.
All right. Well, Liz, always it's a pleasure catching up with you. And if someone has questions about anything in general, what's the best way, the best number, the best email?
Go ahead and visit lge-ku.com, and there you can learn more about all the things that we've talked to today and look up all the information and our best contact information.
As always, another great segment with LG&E, and thanks to Liz for making that happen.
Energy matters in a lot of different ways, and this is just another way being in a community with LG&E.
Right. And what is something that we're always looking for?
We are still always looking for new show ideas.
You are correct. So if you've got a great show idea, be sure to go to our website at www.urbanlifestylez.net, and that's lifestyles with the Z. And if we happen to use your show idea, you can win a free oil change from Jeff Weiler Toyota. And of course, if you're in the mood for a new or pre-owned vehicle, go by and see Rodney Carter and tell him that Urban Lifestyle sent you. Back with more right after this.
Good afternoon, it's Rodney Carter from Jeff Weiler Toyota in Clarksville. For your automotive tip of the week, we want to talk about tire rotations. We want to talk about the life of the tire that you have on your automobile. It doesn't matter what brand you have of tire, it doesn't matter what car you have. At 5,000 miles, folks, you need to get your tires rotated. So that means not 2,500, not 3,000, but every 5,000 miles, you rotate your tires, and it will prolong the life of your tires. Rodney Carter at Jeff Weiler and Urban Lifestyles, tip of the week.
Fall fashions have arrived at GQ Unlimited at 8th and Broadway and Indian Trail Plaza. See Roger and the guys for the city's largest selection of slim-cut suits by Sean John, Perry Ellis, and more. Accessorized with shoes by Stacey Adams and hats by Dobbs and Stetson. Fall means game time and casual wear. Look no further than GQ for a wide selection of designer socks, sport coats, slacks, and sweaters. GQ, where the well-dressed man shops and shops and shops.
Of course, MSD is one of our partners, and we're happy to have them on board. So this time we got to do something a little different. We're always out with Tony Parrott, but this time we're out with one of MSD crews to just really get a feel for what they do in the community just for you. Take a look at this. So Will, tell us what you do with MSD.
I am a TBI supervisor, and I work within the TBI department in the collections division of MSD.
Okay, now you're using a lot of acronyms, so what does TBI mean?
TBI is tele-inspection, video inspection.
Okay, so when we see your trucks that are out in the neighborhood, a lot of people get alarmed when they see, different type of trucks like this. They think something major is wrong, but when you're in the neighborhood, you're out there doing some great work, right?
That's correct. So in our department, it's 2 supervisors,
okay,
and I'm one of 2, and I have there's 6 TBI trucks. That's CCTV equipment. So what that is closed caption TV equipment. And what we do, we take sewer assessments using what looks like a robot that you stick down into the sewer line, and it video records. And we take video recordings of what we see and actually going on in the sewer system.
So when you all are actually into a neighborhood, you're going actually putting these video cameras in the sewer to look for breaks, cracks, stress fractures, different things like that, and then you're going to have another crew that comes out behind that and make those repairs.
Yes. Okay. So our department is broken down into 2 kind of groups.
All right.
In my group, what we do is preventative maintenance. So there's 3 TBI crews that has a field specialist, and usually like a 4-man crew. The field specialist's responsibility is to go out and capture all video data and make an assessment of the sewer line using, of course, our CCTV equipment.
We're still here with MSD, and we're finding out really what our public utilities do, and you're going to give us a little information on exactly what happens when you're going down to the manholes in terms of looking for some of the cracks and crevices and things that are happening.
Right. Well, right now I want to introduce you to the mobile CCTV unit, the mobile unit that we do the inspections with. And I just want to introduce you to some of our equipment that we use that the MSD has to help to make the job a lot easier for us. So we out on the job, we have such a thing called the mini cam.
All right.
And this right here helps make the job easy and locating because it has video, it has a sensor and everything. So if a public house has a clean out, we can use this to locate the concern in their line.
Okay, so this actually goes down?
Well, this goes into like a clean out in the property.
Oh, okay.
So they give us this piece of equipment, also to help to make everything good. So I'm gonna set that aside for now.
Okay.
We have a steerable camera that's a larger unit. When we're doing bigger cameras, it has a lift on it, so that we can make sure we get the whole diameter of the sewer, making sure that everything works, or how the taps are located in. Sometimes we can't reach them, so we use a bigger camera. It sets up for a bigger unit or a bigger sewer, 21s, 24s, or whatever like that, so that way we can reach them. Because sometimes with the smaller units we don't. This other unit, this longer unit with the blue cable that you see here, and if you can't see it, I'll bring it out a little bit for you.
So then how long does a typical inspection take?
Varies between 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, according on how far we got to run.
Okay.
This unit right here has a rear camera, a lateral camera, and a front view camera.
Okay.
What this camera does is it also inspects the main sewers, allows us also to lamp in a personal private property connection to lamp up and see where the concern is. It could be roots, collapse, obstruction of any type. We will be able to put it on film and get a tape of it, and then we can come out and locate, put the depth of it with a locator. So once we've lined it in, we have a machine that comes out and we punches it on the ground and it locates everything.
It was very interesting getting out there with the MSD crew, and they start early in the morning. So of course I had to get up early to meet them, but it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience, and again, you just get to see a little bit more about what happens on the other side.
Yeah, because you pass them by on the streets and so forth, and you wonder, what is a day in the life like with them? And this is a prime example.
You're right. We'll take another break and back with more right after this.
My name is Laurentina Smith. I've been with Louisville Water Company for 18 years. Right now, I'm a lead operator apprentice, and what that is, I do operate as an operator when my relief is gone on vacation or is not here, I step up as a lead operator because I do have my license. Well, we take care of making sure everybody has clean, fresh water, safe water when they turn on their tap, basically. And what we do is make sure everything runs smooth here. We pump the water up from the river and bring it up here and treat it, and it goes out to the customers. Sometimes it can be nerve-wracking because it's scary because, you know, not only we take care of make sure the customers have water, that's our family too. So you don't want anybody to, you know, get sick over what you know, producing. So what we do is try to make sure that we send out fresh, clean drinking water because it's a career type job. And you're learning stuff every day. I like the fact that every day it's never the same. When you come in every day, it could be something different. And I like learning. I like being at the plant. I love being up here and experiencing different things and not being out doing the same thing every day. Every day when I come here, it could be something different. And I love the fact of being able to do that. And when I step up, that's important. And I love it. My family likes that I have this job. My father would have been proud of me. He's not here now, but he used to bring me up here all the time when I was a little girl. I have family members that come in from Alabama, Georgia. They love our water. They do. Yeah. They wish they can bottle it up and take it with them. Pure Tap, the best in the nation. Louisville Pure Tap.
Energy company.
We are mothers,
Fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during a storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We're more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to serving you.
When you learn about your history, you feel proud about your history. And then you're gonna see other people who look like you, and you're gonna say, both of us should be proud of who we are. Why would we want to harm each other?
Our approach to youth violence.
So Denise, tell us about the feature that you did.
You know, there's a school in town, the Emma L. Menace School, that I feel is flying under the radar, that has a lot of good educational foundations to honor students with, but they had a benefit gala, so let's just take a look. This is a fantastic gala for celebration for a school that a lot of you all don't know about, but I call it a hidden treasure. I want to interview one of the main ingredients, I would say, in this school and education is Mr. Courtney Stokes. Yes. Welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you. How are you this evening?
I'm fantastic. This is a wonderful gala tonight. Share with us about what's going on and your role with the school and the name and everything.
Yes. As stated before, my name is Courtney Stokes. I'm the 5th through 8th grade middle school teacher, multi-grade. This evening is the gala to celebrate the history of ML Menace. This is the 102nd year of its existence. And tonight is just a celebration to thank those who've contributed to the history, rich history of the school and the continuing tradition.
Now, share a little bit, because there are probably some people in the viewing audience who don't know who Miss M.L. Menace is. I know she used to be my piano teacher, but share a little bit about the history.
She started the school the year 1915 because, of course, you know, African Americans weren't allowed to go to school with white people. So she started a school to educate our own children, and it's been in existence for over 100 years, and we're continuing that tradition proudly. And would like to thank ML Menace, Miss Menace, for her vision that she saw, and her vision is still, alive today.
Okay, so where is the school located?
The school is located 1939 Magazine Street. It's right across the street from the Magazine Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Now, what are the grades that are being taught in the school?
We have pre-K through 8th grade. Like I stated before, I'm the 5th through 8th teacher. We have Mrs. Jacqueline Maddox, she's the pre-K teacher, and we have our head teacher and principal, Mrs. Closmere Francois, and she is the grade 1 through 4 teacher.
What is so special about this school? Because I do call it a hidden treasure, because there are a lot of people that are concerned about education for their children, and then you start thinking about all these different programs like charter and all that. What's really special about this school?
Well, our school is special because we're a Seventh-day Adventist Christian school, so we start off every day with prayer, with worship, with the students, and then in our individual classrooms, we have worship with the students. So we try to introduce Jesus, God, to the kids and try to let Jesus shine through us as much as we can to influence these children as we're educating them, but we're also trying to get them to understand who Jesus is and develop a relationship with him as well.
Now, is there any certain criteria that has to be met for enrollment for the children?
Yes, well, you just have to come in, speak with the principal, fill out an application, register your child. We'll go from there. We'll get records from the previous school letting us know how the kids did as a student, if any behavioral issues or stuff like that. But it's no big process at all. You just come in, you speak with the principal, and she will lead you in the right direction as to what you need to do to get your kid enrolled at ML Menace.
So I have to introduce you to Dr. Bernard Menace, because there's some significance with your last name and that to the school, which is
it's named for my great aunt Emma. And I guess it's about 1974 they named it after her. And it's from my family, my ancestors and all.
I do like this, that there's a legacy that's being developed and celebrated with the school.
Yes. The school is 102 years old. And it's been there a while, and the pastor brought this new school across the street from the church, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Another important part of this celebration in the school is Pastor Luckett. Pastor, welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you very much.
Tell me about your role and your connection with the school and with your church.
Well, as a senior pastor of Magazine Street, we operate, the church. We've been at it since 1915, as I'm sure you know. And my responsibilities are general oversight for this church and then for the school. But thankfully, we have professionals who, manage the actual education and so forth. I just kind of deal with the nuts and bolts, make sure the financing is together and the building is as it should be.
And with history, there's always a beginning. And I am here with Miss Alice Park. Miss Park, welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Parker.
Well, thanks for, I can't even hear. So congratulations on the celebration tonight.
It was nice.
So what is your role in the school and the history thereof?
I attended the elementary school. It's been a few days ago, but I graduated from the one room, whole school, grades 1 through 6. Yeah.
So I know this is in you all's family and the history in the beginning, right?
Right. The academy is named for my great aunt, Emma Menace. Mm-hmm.
I am familiar with Miss Menace because she used to be my piano teacher.
Really? Yeah. I didn't cut my fingernails, so I didn't get music lessons.
But she was a good instructor. Yeah. She really was.
She was.
Denise, it was a great benefit, and again, couldn't it be for a better cause?
Yes, and for me it's kind of dear because Miss Menace was my piano teacher. So,
okay.
But I mean, I've heard so many great things about the students who are coming out of the school. By the time they are reaching up for high school, they are so prepared far in advance, then it just speaks for itself. So if you're looking for that type of environment for your kid, contact them.
And and one thing before we close out today is we're putting it on our community calendar. It's on October 28th. It's going to be the 4th annual scholarship fundraiser, and it's hosted by the Tuskegee Airmen. Of course, we've interviewed them on several different occasions. It's going to be held at the Hyatt Regency, and if you need some information, you can contact Miss Andrea Wilson at 582-836-0509. You know what? That's our show.
And that's our time.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles.
Bye.
Bye-bye.